This is a summary of Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban by J.K. Read by Noah. Chapter 1 Owl Post. Harry Potter is back with the Dursleys for the summer holidays, and as usual, he is not enjoying his time. This year, he is 13 and now spends his nights secretly doing his homework under the covers. One night, while working on an essay about witch burning, he gets a surprise when 3 owls arrive through his window, carrying packages and letters. One of these owls is from his best friend, Ronweasley, who informs Harry about the Weasleys' exciting trip to Egypt, funded by a lottery win. Ron also apologizes for an earlier phone call that upset Uncle Vernon. Harry's other best friend, Hermionegranger, also sends him a gift along with a letter. Hermione's letter is filled with details about her vacation in France, and her hopes that Harry can meet up with her and Ron in London before the new school year starts. The third package is from Hagrid, the Hogwarts gamekeeper, and contains a biting book called the Monster Book of Monsters. The final letter, bearing the Hogwarts crest, informs Harry that third-year students can visit the village of Hogsmeade on weekends, provided they have permission from a guardian. Despite the unkindness of the Dursleys, Harry feels a rare moment of happiness and excitement as he celebrates his 13th birthday with gifts and letters from his friends. This moment of joy is a stark contrast to his usual treatment at the hands of his aunt, uncle, and cousin, who continue to treat him poorly and keep his magical belongings locked away. Yet, Harry's thoughts are filled with anticipation for the new school year and the adventures that await him back at Hogwarts. Chapter 2 Aunt Marge's Big Mistake. The next morning, Harry finds the Dursleys watching TV in the kitchen. Dudley has a new television to avoid the effort of walking to the living room. During breakfast, the news reports about an escaped convict named Siriusblack, which Uncle Vernon comments on disdainfully. Harry's attention, however, is diverted when he learns that Aunt Marge, Uncle Vernon's sister, is coming to visit. Harry dreads her visit, remembering her past cruelty towards him. Aunt Marge arrives with her dog Ripper and quickly makes herself at home, criticizing Harry at every opportunity. Uncle Vernon demands that Harry behave himself and pretend to attend a fictional school for delinquent boys, threatening dire consequences if he doesn't comply. Harry reluctantly agrees, hoping to get Uncle Vernon to sign his Hogsmeade permission form in return for his good behavior. The visit is as dreadful as Harry expected, with Aunt Marge constantly making derogatory comments about him and his parents. As the days pass, Aunt Marge's comments become increasingly unbearable, culminating in a dinner where she insults Harry's parents, calling them drunks and lolos. Unable to contain his anger, Harry accidentally uses magic to inflate Aunt Marge, causing her to float to the ceiling like a balloon. In the ensuing chaos, Harry decides he has had enough and packs his belongings, leaving the Dursleys' house with the resolve to never return, no matter the consequences. Chapter 3 The Night Bus. Harry finds himself alone on the streets of Little Wingding, unsure of where to go or what to do next. Panic sets in as he realizes the seriousness of his situation. He has performed magic outside of school, which is against the rules for underage wizards. Just as he contemplates his next move, he senses a presence nearby and sees a large black dog watching him from the shadows. Frightened, Harry stumbles backward, causing his wand to activate and summon the night bus, an emergency transport for stranded witches and wizards. The night bus arrives with a loud bang, startling Harry. He is greeted by Stan Shumpike, the conductor, who offers him a ride. Harry introduces himself as Neville Longbottom to avoid detection, and learns that the bus can take him anywhere he wants to go. He decides to head to Diagon Alley, hoping to find safety there. The bus ride is a wild and bumpy journey, with beds sliding around and various witches and wizards boarding and departing along the way. During the journey, Harry learns more about Sirius Black from a copy of the Daily Prophet that Stan is reading. Black, a notorious prisoner, has escaped from Azkaban, the wizard prison, and is considered extremely dangerous. Harry arrives at the Leaky Cauldron, where he is unexpectedly greeted by Cornelius Fudge, the Minister of Magic. Fudge is surprisingly lenient, assuring Harry that the incident with Aunt Marge has been taken care of, and arranging for him to stay at the Leaky Cauldron until the new school term begins. Harry is relieved but puzzled by Fudge's uncharacteristic leniency, and remains wary of what the future holds. Chapter 4 The Leaky Cauldron. Harry spends the remainder of his summer at the Leaky Cauldron, enjoying his freedom. He explores Diagon Alley, purchasing his school supplies and even a new pet, a magical creature called a firebolt broomstick. During his stay, he runs into Ron and Hermione, who have returned from their vacations. They share stories about their summers, and Harry tells them about blowing up Aunt Marge. Hermione reveals that she has purchased a strange cat named Crookshanks. As the end of the summer approaches, the trio meets at the Leaky Cauldron to head back to Hogwarts. Mr. Weasley pulls Harry aside and warns him about Sirius Black, who is rumored to be after Harry. He urges Harry to stay within the safety of the castle and not to go looking for trouble. Harry is both puzzled and intrigued by this warning, but he is determined not to let it dampen his excitement for the new school year. On the day they leave for Hogwarts, the group boards the Hogwartsexpress. During the journey, they share a compartment with a mysterious sleeping man named Professor Lupin, who they later learn is the new defense against the dark arts teacher. The train suddenly stops and Dementors, terrifying creatures guarding Azkaban, board the train searching for Sirius Black. Harry faints from their presence but is revived by Professor Lupin, who uses a Patronus charm to ward off the Dementors. Chapter 5. The Dementor. After the encounter with the Dementors, Harry feels shaken but tries to enjoy the rest of the train ride. Upon arriving at Hogwarts, he is relieved to be back in the familiar surroundings of the castle. During the welcome feast, Dumbledore warns the students about the presence of Dementors around the school grounds and emphasizes the importance of staying safe. Harry is still haunted by his experience on the train and is determined to learn more about Dementors and how to defend himself against them. The new school year begins with exciting news. Hagrid is the new Care of Magical Creatures teacher. His first lesson, however, does not go as planned when Dracomalfoy provokes a hippogriff named Buckbeak, resulting in an injury. Malfoy exaggerates his injury, leading to trouble for Hagrid. Harry, Ron, and Hermione support Hagrid and try to help him with his teaching methods. In defense against the dark arts class, Professor Lupin proves to be an excellent teacher, earning the respect and admiration of the students. He introduces them to a boggart, a shape-shifting creature that takes the form of one's worst fear. Lupin teaches them the ridiculous charm to defeat the boggart, and Harry is eager to learn more from him. Despite the challenges and dangers, Harry is determined to make the most of his third year at Hogwarts. Chapter 6. Talons and Tea Leaves. The students start their divination lessons with Professor Trelawney, a quirky and eccentric teacher. She predicts that Harry will have a difficult and dangerous year, which makes him uneasy. During their first class, they read tea leaves, and Trelawney sees an omen of death, the Grim, in Harry's cup. This prediction, combined with the threat of Sirius Black, leaves Harry feeling anxious about his future. In Care of Magical Creatures class, Hagrid introduces the students to hippogriffs, majestic creatures that are part eagle and part horse. Harry successfully approaches Buckbeak, earning the creature's respect. However, Malfoy insults Buckbeak, causing the hippogriff to attack him. Malfoy exaggerates his injury to gain sympathy and cause trouble for Hagrid, who is distressed by the incident. Back in the castle, Harry overhears a conversation between Mr. and Mrs. Weasley about Sirius Black. He learns that Black was a close friend of his parents, and that he betrayed them to Voldemort. This revelation shocks Harry and deepens his resolve to find out more about Black and his connection to his parents. Despite the ominous predictions and the looming threat, Harry is determined to uncover the truth. Chapter 7. The Boggart in the Wardrobe. In defense against the dark arts class, Professor Lupin introduces the students to a boggart, a creature that takes the shape of one's worst fear. The students practice the ridiculous charm to transform the boggart into something humorous, effectively defeating it. When it is Harry's turn, Lupin steps in, preventing Harry from facing the boggart, which turns into a full moon, revealing Lupin's own fear. Harry feels disappointed but appreciates Lupin's protective nature. He is determined to learn more about Lupin and his mysterious background. Meanwhile, the Gryffindor Quidditch team begins practice sessions for the upcoming matches, and Harry is excited to be back on his broomstick, flying through the air. At the same time, the tension between Ron and Hermione grows as Crookshanks, Hermione's cat, continues to antagonize Scabbers, Ron's pet rat. The two friends argue, and Harry finds himself caught in the middle. Despite the interpersonal conflicts and the looming threat of Sirius Black, Harry remains focused on his studies and his determination to learn more about his parents' past. Chapter 8. Flight of the Fat Lady. The school year progresses with students immersed in their studies and extracurricular activities. Gryffindor House eagerly anticipates the first Quidditch match of the season against Slytherin. Harry is determined to lead his team to victory, but the presence of Dementors around the school continues to haunt him. During a practice session, Harry encounters Dementors again and is thrown from his broomstick, but he is saved by Dumbledore's quick intervention. The night before the Quidditch match, the Gryffindor common room is filled with excitement and anticipation. However, their celebration is cut short when they discover that Sirius Black has somehow entered the castle and attacked the Fat Lady, the guardian of the Gryffindor entrance. The students are escorted to the Great Hall for safety, and the teachers search the castle for Black. Despite the increased security measures, Harry is determined to continue with the Quidditch match. During the game, he spots the Dementors again, causing him to fall off his broomstick. Gryffindor loses the match, and Harry's beloved Nimbus 2000 is destroyed. Devastated, Harry feels the weight of the danger surrounding him and resolves to find a way to protect himself and his friends. Chapter 9: Grim Defeat. In the aftermath of the Quidditch match, Harry struggles with feelings of frustration and helplessness. Professor Lupin reassures him and offers to teach him the Patronus Charm, a powerful spell to repel Dementors. Harry eagerly agrees, determined to master the charm and protect himself from the terrifying creatures. The students return to their normal routines, but the threat of Sirius Black looms large. Harry, Ron, and Hermione continue to support Hagrid, who is distressed about Buckbeak's upcoming trial. The trio spends time researching and preparing a defense for Buckbeak, determined to help their friend. During a Hogsmeade visit, Harry sneaks into the village using his invisibility cloak. He overhears a conversation between Professor McGonagall, Hagrid, and Cornelius Fudge, learning that Sirius Black is believed to be after Harry to finish the job Voldemort started. This revelation deepens Harry's resolve to learn the Patronus Charm and face the dangers ahead. Chapter 10: The Marauder's Map. Fred and George Weasley give Harry a magical map called the Marauder's Map, which shows the entire layout of Hogwarts and the location of everyone within the castle. The map is enchanted to reveal secret passages and hidden rooms, providing Harry with a valuable tool. Using the map, Harry sneaks into Hogsmeade and meets up with Ron and Hermione. In Hogsmeade, Harry learns more about Sirius Black from a conversation between Professors McGonagall, Flitwick, Hagrid, and Fudge. He discovers that Black was once his parents' best friend and is believed to have betrayed them to Voldemort. This revelation fills Harry with a mix of anger and determination to confront Black. Back at Hogwarts, Harry begins his lessons with Professor Lupin to learn the Patronus Charm. Despite the difficulty of the spell, Harry is determined to master it. The lessons are challenging, but with Lupin's guidance, Harry makes progress. The bond between Harry and Lupin grows stronger as they work together to prepare for the dangers ahead. Chapter 11: The Firebolt. Christmas arrives at Hogwarts, and Harry receives an unexpected and mysterious gift of Firebolt broomstick, the fastest broom in the world. Harry is thrilled but puzzled by the anonymous gift. Hermione is concerned that the broomstick might be cursed and takes it to Professor McGonagall for inspection, causing a rift between her and Harry. The tension between Harry and Hermione grows as Ron's pet rat, Scabbers, goes missing, and Ron blames Crookshanks. The friends struggle to maintain their bond amidst the conflicts and the looming threat of Sirius Black. Harry continues his Patronus lessons with Lupin, determined to protect himself and his friends. As the term progresses, Harry's desire to uncover the truth about Sirius Black intensifies. He is determined to use the Marauder's Map to explore the castle and find clues about Black's whereabouts. The mystery of the Firebolt and the dangers that lie ahead keep Harry on edge, but he remains resolute in his quest for answers. Chapter 12: The Patronus. Harry continues his lessons with Professor Lupin to master the Patronus Charm. Despite his efforts, Harry finds it challenging to produce a strong Patronus, as the Dementor's presence brings back haunting memories of his parents' death. Lupin advises Harry to focus on a powerful, happy memory, and to concentrate with all his might. After several attempts, Harry manages to produce a faint silvery shadow, but struggles to create a Patronus strong enough to repel a Dementor. During one session, Harry experiences a breakthrough. He successfully conjures a Patronus that takes the form of a stag, which he later learns is a manifestation of his father's animagus form. This revelation is both comforting and inspiring for Harry, as it strengthens his connection to his father. The successful casting of the Patronus gives Harry a newfound confidence and determination to face the Dementors and protect himself and his friends. The lessons with Lupin also lead to a deeper bond between Harry and his teacher. Lupin, who was a close friend of Harry's parents, shares stories and insights about them, providing Harry with a sense of his family's legacy. Despite the challenges and the emotional toll of the lessons, Harry is grateful for the opportunity to learn such a powerful and meaningful spell. Chapter 13, Gryffindor versus Ravenclaw. The Quidditch match between Gryffindor and Ravenclaw approaches, and the excitement builds among the students. Harry is determined to win the match and bring Gryffindor closer to the Quidditch Cup. However, his firebolt broomstick, a gift he received anonymously, is still being inspected for curses by Professor McGonagall. This causes tension between Harry and Hermione, who reported the broomstick out of concern for Harry's safety. Despite the ongoing conflict, Harry remains focused on the upcoming match. The Gryffindor team trains hard and Harry practices the Patronus charm with Lupin, hoping to defend himself against the Dementors should they appear during the game. The support of his friends and teammates helps Harry stay motivated, even as the pressure mounts. On the day of the match, Harry is reunited with his firebolt, which has been cleared of any curses. The game is intense, with both teams displaying impressive skills. In the end, Harry's determination and the speed of his firebolt lead Gryffindor to victory. The win boosts Harry's spirits and reinforces his belief in his abilities both as a Quidditch player and a wizard. Chapter 14, Snape's Grudge. Tension between Harry and Snape escalates as Snape's suspicion and hostility towards Harry become more apparent. Snape, who has always harbored a grudge against Harry, seems particularly intent on making his life difficult. This animosity is further fueled by Snape's past with Harry's father, James Potter, whom Snape despised during their time at Hogwarts. In potions class, Snape takes every opportunity to belittle and embarrass Harry. Despite the unfair treatment, Harry remains determined to prove himself and not let Snape's behavior affect his performance. Hermione and Ron stand by Harry, offering their support and encouragement even as they deal with their own challenges and conflicts. Outside of class, Harry continues his Patronus lessons with Lupin and prepares for the next Quidditch match. The presence of Dementors around Hogwarts remains a constant threat, but Harry's progress with the Patronus charm gives him hope. As he navigates the difficulties posed by Snape and the dangers of the magical world, Harry's resilience and determination grow stronger. Chapter 15, The Quidditch Final. The anticipation for the final Quidditch match of the season reaches its peak. Gryffindor is set to face Slytherin, and the stakes are high, as the outcome will determine the winner of the Quidditch Cup. The rivalry between the two houses adds to the intensity of the match, with both teams eager to claim victory. Harry, now more confident with his firebolt and his ability to cast a Patronus, is determined to lead Gryffindor to victory. The match is fierce, with both teams displaying exceptional skill and strategy. The Slytherins play rough, but the Gryffindors remain focused and determined. The support from their housemates in the stands energizes the team and drives them to give their best performance. In a thrilling and dramatic conclusion, Harry catches the golden snitch, securing the win for Gryffindor. The celebration is joyous and exuberant, with the Gryffindor house reveling in their hard-earned victory. The win is a testament to Harry's leadership and the team's dedication, and it brings a sense of accomplishment and unity to Gryffindor. Chapter 16, Professor Trelawney's Prediction. During a divination class, Professor Trelawney makes a startling prediction about Harry's future. She prophesies that Voldemort's servant will return to him that night, which unsettles Harry and his friends. The prophecy adds to the sense of foreboding and danger that has been building throughout the school year. Meanwhile, the end of the term approaches and students are busy preparing for their exams. Harry, Ron, and Hermione continue to support Hagrid, whose beloved hippogriff, Buckbeak, is facing execution after attacking Dracomalfoy. The trio is determined to help Hagrid and save Buckbeak, despite the challenges and risks involved. As the tension mounts, Harry remains focused on his studies and his preparations for the final exams. The prophecy lingers in his mind, adding to his anxiety and determination to uncover the truth about Sirius Black and the events surrounding his parents' death. The end of the school year promises to be eventful and challenging, with Harry ready to face whatever comes his way. Chapter 17, Cat, Rat, and Dog. The mystery surrounding Sirius Black takes a dramatic turn when Ron's pet rat, Scabbers, goes missing. Ron is devastated, believing that Hermione's cat, Crookshanks, is responsible. The tension between Ron and Hermione escalates, straining their friendship and causing concern for Harry. The trio's bond is tested as they navigate the challenges and dangers of their third year at Hogwarts. One night, the situation comes to a head when Scabbers reappears, only to be chased by Crookshanks. The chase leads the trio to the Whomping Willow, a dangerous tree on the Hogwarts grounds. In the chaos, they encounter Sirius Black, who who reveals shocking truths about his connection to Harry's parents and the betrayal that led to their deaths. Sirius explains that Peter Pettigrew, not he, was the true traitor. Pettigrew, who had been hiding in plain sight as Scabbers, faked his own death and framed Sirius for the betrayal. The revelations turn Harry's understanding of the past upside down, and he is faced with difficult choices about justice and vengeance. The encounter sets the stage for a confrontation that will test Harry's courage and resolve. Chapter 18, Moony, Wormtail, Padfoot, and Prongs. In the Shrieking Shack, the full truth about Sirius Black, Peter Pettigrew, and their connection to Harry's parents is revealed. Sirius, along with remuslupin, explains their history as marauders at Hogwarts, their friendship with James Potter, and their secret transformations into animagi. The revelation that Pettigrew has been living as Scabbers for years shocks Harry, Ron, and Hermione. As they piece together the events of the past, Harry grapples with conflicting emotions. He feels anger and betrayal towards Pettigrew, who caused his parents' deaths, and sympathy for Sirius, who has been wrongfully imprisoned. Lupin and Sirius plan to take Pettigrew to the castle to prove his guilt and clear Sirius's name. However, their plans are thwarted when Lupin transforms into a werewolf, losing control due to the full moon. In the ensuing chaos, Pettigrew escapes and Sirius is left vulnerable. The events of the night leave Harry, Ron, and Hermione reeling from the revelations and the danger they faced. Their bond is strengthened by their shared experiences, and they resolve to support each other in the challenges ahead. Chapter 19, The Servant of Lord Voldemort. The aftermath of the confrontation in the Shrieking Shack brings new dangers. With Lupin transformed and Pettigrew on the loose, the trio faces immediate threats. They attempt to bring Sirius back to the castle, but are intercepted by Dementors. Harry's efforts to protect Sirius with the Patronus charm are valiant but not entirely successful, and they are overwhelmed by the Dementors' power. Just as hope seems lost, a mysterious figure appears and casts a powerful Patronus, driving the Dementors away. Harry is left confused and disoriented, but he is certain that someone came to their aid. The group is taken back to the castle, where Sirius is captured and sentenced to the Dementor's kiss, a fate worse than death. In the hospital wing, Harry and Hermione are visited by Dumbledore, who hints that they have the means to save Sirius. With Dumbledore's cryptic guidance, Hermione reveals her possession of a time turner, a device that allows them to travel back in time. Together, they embark on a desperate mission to alter the events of the night and save both Sirius and Buckbeak from their grim fates. Chapter 20, The Dementor's Kiss. Using the time turner, Harry and Hermione travel back several hours to the moment before the events in the Shrieking Shack. They witness their past selves and carefully avoid being seen as they work to change the course of events. Their goal is to rescue Buckbeak and prevent Sirius from being captured by the Dementors. The plan requires precise timing and coordination. Harry and Hermione manage to free Buckbeak and lead him to safety, all while observing the unfolding events from the shadows. They witness the confrontation in the Shrieking Shack and the escape of Pettigrew, feeling a mix of frustration and determination to set things right. As the critical moment approaches, Harry realizes that he himself is the mysterious figure who cast the Patronus that saved them. Summoning all his courage and happy memories, Harry successfully conjures a powerful Patronus in the form of Stag, driving the Dementors away and saving Sirius. The realization that he was capable of such magic strengthens Harry's resolve and confidence. Chapter 21, Hermione's Secret. With their mission accomplished, Harry and Hermione return to the present just in time to see Sirius escape on Buckbeak. The feeling of triumph is bittersweet, as they know that Pettigrew remains free. Dumbledore commends their bravery and resourcefulness, hinting that their actions have far-reaching consequences. As the school year comes to an end, the trio reflects on the events and the knowledge they have gained. Harry is grateful for the bond he shares with his friends and the support they provide. He is also determined to continue fighting against the injustices and threats posed by Voldemort and his followers. Despite the challenges and dangers, Harry finds hope in the knowledge that he has allies and the strength to face whatever comes next. The lessons he has learned about loyalty, bravery, and friendship will guide him as he continues his journey in the wizarding world. The year ends with a sense of anticipation for the future and the adventures that await. Chapter 22, Owl Post Again. As the school year concludes, students prepare to return home for the summer. Harry, Ron, and Hermione reflect on the year's events and the bonds they have strengthened. Despite the difficulties and dangers, they are grateful for their friendship and the support they provide each other. On the final day, Harry receives a letter from Sirius, who is in hiding. Sirius explains that he is safe and expresses his gratitude to Harry for believing in him. He also sends Harry a permission slip for Hogsmeade, giving Harry the freedom to visit the village in the coming school year. The gesture brings Harry joy and a sense of connection to his godfather. As Harry prepares to return to the Dursleys, he feels a sense of hope and determination. He knows that he has the support of his friends and the strength to face whatever challenges lie ahead. The summer holds the promise of new adventures and the opportunity to continue growing as a wizard and as a person.